Hi, Cindy Baker with Love Helps, here to share another book with you today. I just love to read, and I hope that you do too. Reading is so much fun, and it really helps us with lots of things in life. I hope you're finding some books that you enjoy and you're practicing. Today, we're going to read a story called Bob and Otto. They're really good friends, and they spend time together around a big old tree. Here's the thing about Bob and Otto, though. One of them is a worm, and the other one is a caterpillar. They kind of look a little bit alike, but they're not quite the same, are they? What is the difference between a worm and a caterpillar? Do you know? Caterpillars do something very special. They turn into butterflies. It's amazing to see the transformation from a caterpillar to a butterfly. And I bet you will study, or maybe you have studied about caterpillars and know what the process is that they go through when they're turning into a butterfly. Really, really interesting. So with Bob and Otto and their friendship, eventually one of them changes. And we're going to see what that does to their friendship. Can they still be friends even though one of them is a worm and the other one is a caterpillar? Well, let's read and find out. Bob and Otto, written by Robert Brule and illustrated by Nick Brule. Did you notice that both the author and the illustrator have the same last name? The author, Robert Brule, is the father, and his son, Nick Brule, drew the pictures. Once there were two very good friends, Bob and Otto. It was spring, and everything was lively and exciting. These two very good friends spent each day digging in the ground, playing in the grass, and eating leaves that fell from the old tree. But one day, Bob looked up. I need to climb this tree, he said. I want to see how the world looks from up there. Up there, said Otto, but it's so nice down here. When it's hot and dry, you can dig deep into the ground where it's cool and damp. And when it rains, you can come back up. Life is good just where we are. Why would you want to go up there? Because it's important, said Bob, and up the tree he went. It's important down here, too, said Otto, and down into the ground he went. Bob climbed, and he climbed, and he climbed, and he climbed, until he was very high in the tree. Otto dug, and he dug, and he dug, and he dug, until he was very deep under the tree. These fresh leaves are so tasty up here, thought Bob. So he ate, and he ate, and he ate, until he felt quite sleepy. These old rotten leaves are very tasty down here, thought Otto. But still he dug, and he dug, and he dug, until he felt quite sleepy. So Bob slept, and he slept, and he slept, and he slept, for many days and nights. Do you see that he's changing as he's sleeping? But Otto still dug, and he dug, and he dug, and he dug, and dug some more. When Bob woke up, he was so full of joy he felt like flying. So he flew over, under, and around every branch of the tree. Otto loved digging so much he dug over, under, and around every root of the tree. Something happened to Bob. When he woke up, he had changed, hadn't he? Looks like he's turned into a butterfly. Soon, Bob realized how much he missed his old friend and all the fun they used to have together. Soon, Otto realized how much he missed his old friend and all the fun they used to have together. So down went Bob to find Otto. So up went Otto to find Bob. Hello, Bob. Hello, Otto. I like your wings. Thanks. So you can fly? Sure can. Otto, why are you sad? Because, said Otto, if I had climbed up the old tree with you when you asked me to, then maybe I would have grown big, beautiful wings like yours, and maybe I could fly. But I didn't. All I did was dig, and dig, and dig, and dig, and dig some more. But I'm still just a big, fat worm. No, you're not, said Bob. While you were digging, all I did was eat. While you were digging, all I did was sleep. While you were digging, all I did was fly around. But while you were digging, you loosened the soil so the roots could drink water, so the tree could grow tall, so the leaves would be green, so I could eat the leaves and grow wings. I owe it all to you, Otto, said Bob. You're not just a worm, you're my best friend. And friends are important. All right, we just got through reading Bob and Otto. I hope you liked that book. You know, one thing I liked about it, I loved the colors that the illustrator used in the story. I thought they really made the story pop and made it interesting. Well, let's talk about the story. And you can pause after I ask a question, see if you can answer it, and then hit play, and let's see what we get. How did Bob and Otto spend their days together? They dug in the dirt, they played in the grass, they ate leaves together. They just had a really good, fun life together, didn't they, as friends? What happened to Bob after he climbed the tree? He ate, he fell asleep, and then he turned into a butterfly, didn't he? So interesting. Can you imagine going to sleep one night and then waking up the next morning and you had wings? Wow, what a difference that would be, wouldn't it? How did Bob and Otto feel being apart? They began to miss each other, didn't they? And they wanted to get back together and spend time together again as friends. How did Otto feel when he first saw Bob? Do you remember that Bob said, "Otto, what's wrong?" And he said he felt sad. And he kind of felt unimportant. But why did he feel that way? He saw how much Bob had changed, and he thought if he had climbed the tree and done the same thing, he could have turned into a butterfly too. But all he did, he said, was stay down there and dig in the dirt. And he felt sad about that. Could Otto have climbed that tree and turned into a butterfly also? Actually, he couldn't, could he? Only caterpillars turn into butterflies. Worms stay worms. And we need both of them because both of them do important things for us. I like how Bob told Otto that he was a big help to him as he was turning into a butterfly. Do you remember what he said Otto did to help him become a butterfly? He said, you dug in the dirt. You dug all around the tree, keeping it all fresh and helping me because you were helping the tree stay healthy, and that was helping me become a butterfly. So you were helping. Now we all can help out like Otto did. How can you help in your classroom? You could help by helping to keep it clean. You can help in your classroom by being a good student. And that means listening and following the directions of your teacher. And it means doing your work the best that you can do. And it also means learning that you can make mistakes because we learn from our mistakes. You can also help in your classroom by being a kind person. You can see if there are people in your classroom that might need your help for something and offering that help. So there's a lot that you can do in your classroom. Now, in our story, Otto was sad and Bob tried to help him feel better. What could you do if you ran into someone who was sad? How might you help them? You could see if they might want to talk, and that's what Bob did. He asked Otto to share with him what he was feeling. He was talking, and that will help us when we're talking to help us with our emotions. You could also ask that person maybe, do they just want to go play and spend some time doing something fun? You could also let that person know that you just care about them, and if they need you, you are willing to be there for them. Those are good ways to help people who are feeling sad. Now, Bob and Otto were really different. They looked kind of the same, but they were really different, especially if you've ever seen a worm or a caterpillar. You know, you can tell the difference in them. But even though they were different, they were friends. Can you be friends with someone who's different than you? Yes, you can, can't you? It doesn't matter. Friendship is about getting to know each other and treating people with kindness and respecting each other. That's what being a friend is all about. Well, I hope that you enjoyed our story, Bob and Otto. And we'll be back next time with another great book to share with you. I want you guys to have a good day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.